Welcome to the first boat show of the 2025-2026 season. Today we are at the Seaborn booth taking a look at their 22-foot center console, which, guys, I think this is the best bang for your buck boat in this class here at the boat show. You guys gotta hop on and take a look. Going on, guys? Ryan from Livin here. Now, Seaborn here is a boat I have not checked out until this boat show, and I was walking by and saw a sign with a price tag that caught my eye immediately. You guys know I'm always looking for the affordable boats here at the boat show, and two things really caught my eye, and that was one display, which we'll show you guys in a little bit, and the price. But first, let's go ahead and start up at the bow of this boat. So up here at the bow, we are going to have a very spacious U-shaped seating. You can see over here that we could fit plenty of people. Honestly, you could probably max out the person capacity on this boat up here at the bow. Probably could fit at least 6 people. We do have a nice little removable table over here, which is gonna be perfect. Set your drinks down, hors d'oeuvres or appetizers, whatever you're having on your boat. You have a nice little removable table for that. Super cool feature on this boat. Up here, we're gonna have our anchor locker, which we'll open up for you. And take a look on in. You're not gonna have a huge anchor locker here, but this is a 22-foot boat, so you aren't gonna need a huge anchor and rode here to hold you in place. But you have a really spacious bow seating area. Guys, let me just reiterate to you guys, when you guys see the price at the end of this video, it's going to shock you what you are getting with this boat for the price. So keep that in mind as we go through the boat. We're gonna have a little bit of an in-floor storage hatch down here, which we'll open up for you. Gonna have a nice storage box. This is perfect for any maybe life jackets in here. Maybe I would throw some bumpers, some dock lines. Anything you want to store in here, you'll be able to keep it nice and easily accessible. Now on the port and starboard side, underneath the U-shaped seating, we are going to have a little storage compartment. You guys see it has a nice little blue finish in here, which is really cool. It does not appear to be a live well, which is typically indicated by blue, but it is super nice and a big storage compartment. Like I said, we have that on the port and starboard side of the boat. So over here we have our forward console seat, which honestly, upholstery quality on this boat is very good. All the seating is very comfortable. You can fit 2 people here pretty comfortably, and you do have cup holders off to the sides and armrests. So this is a very comfortable forward seating situation. Now, as we make our way towards the stern of the boat, you might notice something they did that made it really spacious was they angled the gunnels back towards the side of the boat a little bit. It just makes it feel like it has a lot more room over here. This 22-foot boat does have an A6 beam, which is actually a pretty big beam for this size of boat. So it allows for more walking room along the sides, which just makes it more comfortable. We do have the console here on the port side, which we'll open up. You can take a look. You have a full electric marine head in here, which is really nice. And makes it a pretty family-friendly boat. I'm sure when you guys have your family out on the water, not everybody wants to go in the water or over the side of the boat. So you do have the option for the head. So one of the things that CRI, which is the parent company of Seaborn, Spider, and Sundance, pride themselves on is their wiring. They want to make sure they're building a boat at an affordable price, but they are not going to leave you stranded on the water because of some poor wiring job. So you can take a look on this 22-foot boat. Mind that they don't have a ton of electronics because it is a smaller boat. But you can see how neat of a wiring job they did here for the little wiring that they do have. I mean, everything is tucked away, have nice little service loops, everything's zip tied, everything's labeled, which is going to make maintaining the boat or diagnosing issues that much easier. And a lot of times, guys, when I'm looking at these affordable boats, manufacturers are gonna have to cut corners somewhere to make the boat in that price range. Wiring and plumbing is not something you want to skimp out on. Of course, the construction of the boat you don't want to as well. but that is going to help lower the price, and a lot of the manufacturers are going to not put as much work towards the wiring, which is going to take us to our display over there that we're going to show you of what the wiring on their boats do look like when they do have a lot of electronics. So this is the display I was telling you guys about. Obviously this boat is equipped with a lot more electronics, but it'll give you a better idea of what they can do when you do put a lot of electronics on either of the brands, Seaborn, Spider, or Sundance. You guys can see, take a look at the attention to detail, the labeling, the wiring. And they said this is not just for a showpiece. This is what every boat is going to look like. This much attention to detail, which is something you love to see. Over here at the helm station, my favorite part of every boat, we're going to have a triple panel acrylic windshield. We're going to have a little glove compartment here up at the top for storage. Maybe you want to throw your title, registration, any of that kind of stuff up in there. We're also going to have a couple toggle switches up over here for your accessory map lights and other spreader lights. Now this boat, the price you guys are going to see does not include a GPS on it, but you are going to have your Suzuki speedometer gauges. You're going to have a nice little switch panel over here, some basic controls, wireless phone charger, basically all the essentials you're going to need minus MFD here on the boat, and it's going to provide a suitable helm station for you. Now, one thing that is good to note on this size boat and at this price range is that you are still going to get a hardtop on this boat, and a very nice one to say the least, which when you start getting to this price range, you might see a lot of canvas tops on boats, so it's good to still have a hardtop. Now let's talk about our helm seat over here. It is very important for your captain to be as comfortable as possible. In order to keep this boat in the price range that it is, we have to have a pretty simple bench style seat. We have a little toe kick down here with a nice little marine mat, which allows you to still be comfortable while you're driving the boat. Now it is a pretty simple helm chair over here, but nonetheless it is still comfortable. The upholstery quality is still good, and you can definitely fit 2 more people here very easily. And for a 22-foot boat, that is a very nice helm seat. Now just because this is an affordable boat here, it doesn't mean they didn't think about a couple comfort options, including these little blowers that they have mounted on top of the hardtop that give you a little bit more airflow for the captain here at the helm. Now underneath our helm seat, you are going to see a little compartment. Me and Senior Salty did take it off before, but it was not very easy. Underneath this helm seat is just a big empty box. So I'm assuming it could be used for storage. Maybe there is an option that Seaborn has that you could put something else down there if you want. So I did just learn that there are a couple different levels to this model. So if you want more accessories, there are higher up packages, and there is one more that is a little bit more basic than this. And inside this, underneath the helm seat, that big empty compartment is actually going to be your battery storage for most boats. Now underneath the gunnel here on the port side, we are going to have our freshwater and our saltwater washdown. Very convenient. Now there are 2 ways that we can use the aft section of this boat. Right now we have all of our seating down. It is very comfortable. If somewhere to be riding through some rough waves, this is a great spot to be. But we can easily transform that and get rid of these cushions. Now we don't have the most amount of room in the cockpit space over here, which is just one little con, but they said they had some plans in the future to maybe change that. But for right now, you can stand up on here and have plenty of room to actually walk around. So you can see, you got plenty of room to walk around. So if you did need a net of fish or gaff a fish, or maybe run over the side to grab a rod, you do have room to walk around still on this boat, which is nice. And on the port side of the boat, we do have one live well over here, which you can see is a nice little deep, looks like probably a little over 5-gallon live well. Now, one thing I was informed of, that forward console seat can be turned into a live well, as well as our back hatch right over here, which we'll take a look at in 1 second. Now this is that last hatch that we were talking about. So right now it's just a regular fish box with a drain, but oh, look at that, they do have the Seaborn logo into the bottom of the hatch, which is a nice touch. Like I said, this one can also be plumbed for a live well as well. So if you're doing a lot of live bait fishing, maybe you want to add a couple more live wells on this boat. So that was our starboard side hatch. On the port side, we'll flip open this second hatch, which is going to be our bilge access. So right now you can see they have 1 battery thrown in here, but I think that's just on this model. I think most of the time the batteries are going to be out of the bilge and underneath the helm seat. But this is going to give you a good idea of some accessibility. This, guys, just don't mind this. This is just for the boat show to rig up a couple lights and stuff right now with the alligator clips. That is not what it's normally going to look like, but this will give you an idea of how easy it is to access all your pumps. Very easy. Everything looks pretty neat and very accessible here. When you start to get to these smaller boats, a lot of times they kind of forget about the access, and they'll stick one little compartment in the back of the boat that you have to kind of stick your head halfway down, upside down. Not easy to work in if you need to. But they did think of the bilge access very smartly on this boat and give you a big old accessible hatch. Let's take a look at the back of the Helm seat over here. So we're gonna have a big old leg set that's going to have 5 rod holders on the back. So you got plenty of rod holder storage. I like how they put it a little bit further up so it's not gonna be in the way when you are walking by. We are gonna have 2 additional rod holders on the port and starboard side, which are gonna be perfect for trolling a couple lines out. Really nice features here in the cockpit of this Seaborn. Now, I'm sure you guys are all waiting for the price, and we will get into that in 1 second. But one thing I want to point out really quickly was a thought put into the hull design is this boat is a step hull, which you guys don't know gives you a little bit more lift in your boat when you're riding, which allows for a little bit extra fuel efficiency. That is awesome to see and shows that they put a little bit of thought and care into the hull design of this boat. Now this boat with a Suzuki 200, which has a max horsepower rating of 250, here at the boat show, as you guys have seen with all these accessories, it's here for $74,000. Now wait, before you tell me that's not affordable, you can lose a couple of the features, and this boat can start as low as $62,000. Now that caught my eye because you guys are always looking for the most affordable boats here at the boat show. So when I saw this number, I knew I just had to show this boat to you guys. So that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's walkthrough video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Is this the best bang for your buck here at the boat show? Like I said, before you go harping in the comments about that's not an affordable price, keep in mind this is the new boat market. There's no such thing as a cheap boat nowadays. So one thing I really look for, guys, and to show you guys, is boats that have good wiring and boats that I don't think are gonna leave you stranded on the water. Seaborn here seems like it's a really solid boat, good fit and finish, and they care about their wiring, which is definitely what I like to see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Would you consider this boat if you're in the market for a 22-foot new boat? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys hit the like button and definitely consider subscribing down below. I'm gonna go ahead and link another video I think you guys will like over here on the left side of the screen. Make sure to go check that out next. And until my next video, remember to keep living salty.